Actually, that Ecotown is we would like to mirror our National Climate Change Action Plan at the local level, how this could be implemented at the local level, with the objective of really establishing the adaptive capacity, developing the adaptive capacity of the vulnerable communities as well as the ecosystem. So currently, we have 10 demonstration areas, and what we are doing there is we are doing natural resource accounting, natural resource assessment, then vulnerability assessment, as well as greenhouse gas inventory, and then identifying the adaptation measures as well as mitigation measures that could be implemented in the area, and also after which looking at the possible financing scheme so that those adaptation measures and mitigation measures identified could be implemented on the ground. Actually, the local governments as well as other government institutions as well as academia and civil society are also involved in the process. So we really are capacitating those who are on the ground, and so that whatever will be the result of this assessment could also be mainstream in the comprehensive land use plan as well as the development plans of the local government. So like for example, in our natural resource accounting, there was also a renewable energy assessment done. So with that, there are different options in terms of what could be, because these areas are, some of them are off-grids, and really they are paying higher for their electric bill. So what really is needed is to have a power source in that island, and at the same time, so that investment could be attracted as well, because these areas are very good ecotourism sites. But also, if you do have the power also, then also, as I mentioned, there could be additional livelihood that could be created in the area, because these areas, as we chose these areas, because they are firstly, they are highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Then one is the poverty incidence is very high, and they are located in key biodiversity area. So because of that, to develop the adaptive capacity, there must be livelihood programs that should be developed. And this could be done if you do have the different power that could provide investments to companies. This morning's discussion on mainstreaming climate finance into the national budget and the plans of the different developing countries who presented how they're doing this. Because while we do have similar fund in the Philippines, but that one focuses more on the adaptation, and we call that as the People's Survival Fund. So because we have that established because of the vulnerability of the countries to the impacts of climate change. And really, that's one thing that would really help the local government and the communities how to really adapt, especially those that are in the high-risk areas, how they could really adapt to the impacts of climate change. With this, it's a direct access fund that the local government could access. And we have here the Department of Finance as the chair of the People's Survival Fund Board. So that's where we are. However, in terms of mitigation, we are looking mitigation here as a function of adaptation, and also mitigation in the context of the country's sustainable development. So while adaptation is the priority, but we are looking this at the same level, and also putting emphasis on adaptation. Like what we have done in our Ecotown, it's integrating climate resiliency to the low emission development strategy. That's a very good sample of how you could integrate climate resiliency and low emission development strategy.